What's not to love about Jay? The blue, the lightning, super Star Rockin Jay, or even the random bright yellow in his Spinjitzu even though his element is supposed to be completely whitish blue. Okay, maybe the last one is something I don't really love that much, but overall, Jay's a absolutely fantastic ninja, and there's a reason he's my favorite ninja of all time. He's just so lovable. And because of that awesomeness, he's gotten some pretty cool vehicles over time. And today we're going to go through each and every J vehicle from the past 10 and a little bit more years of Ninjago. Before we get into the huge list of awesome J vehicles though, do keep in mind that we won't be counting small vehicles such as jetpacks or side builds, because at the end of the day, those are just jetpacks or side builds. They haven't really popped up in the show, and they're kind of just there to fill up the parts budget. So we're not really going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the significant ones that are meant to be J vehicles and things that we saw in the show as well. Starting off at the pilot episodes, the ninja didn't really get vehicles this season. It was mainly the bad guys getting vehicles this time. The skeletons got bikes and everything, and the ninja were pretty simple. They didn't really have cars and bikes yet. So because of that, all four ninja got dragons, and Jay got a pretty cool looking dragon. It was a lightning dragon battle. It came with a skeleton helicopter, a spinner, and then the dragon itself. Looking at the box art, it's kind of hard to make out the whole shape of the thing. It looks very flexible, but the classic design of this dragon is so nostalgic, and we all know there's so many better J-Dragons to come in the far future from here. Next up, for Season 2, the ninja are getting a little bit more high-tech, meaning they're getting vehicles and bikes and everything. So Jay's getting a jet this time, and it's the Storm Fighter. You might be recognizing some of these sets because we're actually getting legacy versions of these. Yeah, that's how old these things are. But the main part of the Stormfighter is that you can open it up and the wings would literally explode to the sides. So I'm really liking the feature here, and for $20 to $25, that's a pretty good set there. As for the final battle wave of Season 2, which was supposed to be the final wave of Ninjago sets, Jay did not get any vehicles except this jetpack from the Warrior bike. And that bike itself, a lot of people don't like the design. It's too hollow and everything. But Jay did get a jetpack. It's not really worth talking about though. Next up, we have the reboot of Ninjago Season 3, and all 5 ninja got a vehicle this season, including Jay, and he got a team-up vehicle with Cole. So there's this set called the Thunderator, and that's able to mash up with this mech. Again, this is another set that got remade into a legacy set, so if you're seeing familiar stuff, well, that's why. The cool thing about these rebooted sets is that the Technoblades always seem to attract me. I always like the idea of taking that blade and kind of hack attacking a vehicle and turning it into theirs. It's just very fun, and the fact that you do get a Technoblade in the old Thunderator makes it all the more better. And the whole Thunderator doesn't look bad, but it plays well. Zane did sacrifice himself and rebooted, which brings us to the Tournament of Elements, where the ninja go to the jungle and fight other elemental masters to kind of save Zane and find him. And through one of these challenges comes the Electromech. No, not that Electromech, the old one, the good one, not the monstrosity of a 4+ one. This mech also had the wing popping feature where if you pushed a lever on the back, the wings would pop up and make the mech more intimidating. It had stud shooters on the arms, it had a huge blade on the other arm, and it's a very good $20 mechs. I always thought Ninjago was pretty good at making $20 mechs, and this one is definitely on that list. The fact that you get No Sleeve Jay, a Jade Blade, a normal Anaconda Cultist makes this set even more better for the $15 to $20 price point. When Lloyd gets possessed and things get a little scary in Ninjago City, you get the Jay Walker 1. Now this set didn't really have as much of screen time as I would want because it only got more than less than 1 episode of screen time for such a great set. I really love the 4-wheeled look and the fact that you can open up the back chest and put ghosts in them. The only thing that bugs me is that Jay gets this lightning pack instead of the deep stone armor, so you're going to have to get other more expensive sets to actually complete that Jay, or if you already have the extra deep stone armor, that's completely fine. Next up, we have Season 6, Skybound, and that is a Jay season. So when the pirates attacked Ninjago, Jay fought back with a elemental dragon. And for the most part, this season didn't really have any proper vehicles for any of the ninja. It was just that kind of season that was more based on the ninja fighting and moving and more elemental dragons. So the ninja never really did get that much gear to fly around and everything. But Jay did get a elemental dragon, and this one is really cool. It has spring-loaded missiles. You get another jet to fight against. You have to chase Monkey Wrench and Siren, who are part of the pirate crew, with Jay's elemental dragon. And overall, it's a pretty decent set. Definitely doesn't stand out like any of the other ones, but it's definitely not bad. In between season 6 and 7, we have Day of the Departed, and Jay didn't really have a proper vehicle this season. It was more of a team vehicle, but even in that team vehicle, he was seen riding both. So in the Super Stealth Raider set, which was a remake of the Supersonic Raider, he can be seen driving the left bike or the tread bike. But in the show, he's seen driving the jet. So I guess both of them are his vehicles. It's kind of interesting, but I don't think we should really count these as Jay vehicles. Now we have Season 7, Hands of Time, and here we have a Jay vehicle that comes in a double bike set, the Desert Lightning. So you get a Vermilion bike in this, and you also get a Jay vehicle. The Vermilion bike is cool, and I guess that's pretty fun to play with. But the Jay bike kind of stands out from other Ninjago bikes because it has a lot of character. I remember that scene in the show where Jay kind of super speeded through the slow-mo bubble and came out. That intrigued me a lot, and that scene was so epic, especially for us Jay fans. Hands of Time did go by, but we didn't get Season 8 right after that. We got the Lego Ninjago movie, which was a pretty big event for us Ninjago fans. And Jay got a humongous vehicle, which was Jay's Lightning Jet. If you own this thing, you know it's almost as big as most of our heads. It's an absolute beast. It already has a ton of pieces. It comes with Ed and Edna, Jay's parents. And the best part is, since it has a lot of pieces, and they're all hollowed out, you feel like you're getting more value than you're actually buying. So this is a pretty success of a set, and if you're a Jay fan, this is kind of important because you are getting their parents. The Sons of Garmadon did whoosh by on their bikes, and Jay didn't really get anything, but don't worry, Jay does get at least one vehicle in the Oni Dragon trilogy, and that is Stormbringer, yet another Jay Dragon. Jay seems to be Lego's favorite pick when it comes to dragons. They don't even make this much dragons for Kai, and that's because they like to save special sets for a fire dragon, and they like to do that now and then so that it feels more special. Overall, the Stormbringer is really great. I love the swishable tail, and when you put the Stormbringer upside down, that yellow belly literally kind of glares your eyes and it surprises you, and I love that. The neck might look a little bit weird, at least in the set, if not for the show, but I think that's a good trade-off because then you can shoot spring-loaded missiles through the neck. When March of the Oni rolled by, we didn't really get any sets for that season, but we did get the Legacy Wave. And here's the point of the video where you're going to start seeing repeats of older sets like Jay's Stormfighter and the Thunder Raider. And that's kind of exactly what Jay got. He got a new Stormfighter, which is more buffed up, same feature, looks better this time for sure. There's also the Thunder Raider, which is also the same case. It's buffed up, better pieces, better design. Even Cole gets a cooler mech. And then he also has the 4+ mech, which is actually a lot worse than the original Electro mech. Even if it is a 4+ set, the proportions are completely off, and I think that could have been so much better. Oh, speaking of 4+ sets, Jay did get another one of his vehicles converted into a really chubbed up version, and that is the Stormfighter, but that doesn't look half as bad as the Electro mech. Finally, reaching some of the more modern seasons, or the ones we have in our mind, we have Season 11, Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu, and Jay did not get any vehicles this season. He was planned to get a vehicle in this Season 11 concept art, and it's like this Jay quad, and I've mentioned before that I really wanted to see this being a set, and I'd buy it day one if it actually came out. Sadly, this didn't really end up being a set, and it looks like they swapped out Jay for Kai and changed the colors on that, so that's a little bit sad. But little did we know that after Season 11 comes Season 12, another Jay season, and Jay gets 2 vehicles this season. The smaller of both is Jay's tiny little jet from Jay and Lloyd's Velocity Racers, and the ninja are in this video game and they have to race through a race called the Speedway 5 billion, and this is what the vehicle that Jay uses. The cool thing about this vehicle is it's a mini version of the Stormfighter back from Season 12 and also Legacy. It has the same wing opening feature, and I think they did it pretty well while not completely making it a copy, but also kind of getting that flavor that everybody liked from that jet. After that, we have Jay's Cyber Dragon used in the final battle against Unagami's Empire Dragon, and we didn't get to see much of this in the show. It used to be a evil, huge red dragon, and then Jay tamed it and then summoned it again at the end of Season 12. And in the set, it has this cool feature where you can press a button and shoot out spring-loaded missiles, and I love the boosters on the side. It feels so fun to play with. The consoles are great, and the fact that you get an exclusive Nia in the set is also pretty cool. Overall, it is another Jay Dragon, but LEGO manages to make these pretty unique each and every time. Now, Season 13 and 14, both of them don't have any Jay vehicles. We can see Jay stuck in a catamaran in Season 14, and Jay's kind of just there in Season 13, even though he had a pretty important role in the show. As for Season 15, we do have some set names, but none of them are really indicating that any of it is Jay's. Who knows if something happens to Jay in season 14? I mean, Jay is getting captured like we saw in the trailer, and we haven't seen the episodes yet, so we also have to keep that in mind. Comment down below what your favorite Jay vehicle is of all time, or what your favorite Ninjago vehicle is. Mine is probably the Electromech or Jay Cyber Dragon or even his Velocity Racers. I can't choose, they're all so good. However, that does wrap up this huge list of every single Jay vehicle in the history of Ninjago. Thank you for watching this Jay vehicle video, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.